Hey, is it possible this is a real man that Batman is based on? Or is this just a myth, as in big fat fake? I've got the answer to that flying mammal mystery, plus answers on a couple other things that you guys are interested in. Like this picture that claims to show the rare Algerian gorilla fish, and this picture that some people want us to believe is the origin of the back rooms. Hey guys, Bill here. Now, I don't know about you, but Batman has always been one of my favorite superheroes. I like the fact that he's a more complicated character than, say, Superman or Spider-Man. Batman is a crime fighter, but he also has a dark side that makes him more of a vigilante than anything else. And, well, I like that. But anyway, enough of that. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a picture that claims to show the real guy that Batman is based on. The picture was sent in by Mr. Ellis, who wrote, "Hey Bill, does this picture actually show Scotsman Wayne Bruce, the inspiration for Batman?" Mr. Ellis, you know, I have never heard of a Scotsman named Wayne Bruce, but then again, Batman had to come from somewhere, right? So let's take a look. A quick look around the internet turned up a whole bunch of posts about this. It looks like it started with this post on X from @Python, who wrote,
"Little known fact that Scotsman Wayne Bruce, descendant of Robert the Bruce, was the inspiration of the Batman comics."
Another post from @TheJeffPutnam adds some other important information.
Wayne, who would wear a disguise and used his inheritance to take on the criminals in the 1880s. This is also why Glasgow was used to depict Gotham in the Batman films as a homage to the true origin story.
Searching a little further, I found an actual news article from a Scottish newspaper called The Scotsman, published in 2017, confirming there was a Scottish influence behind the creation of Batman. In this story, they claim the original Wayne Bruce got his name from two famous Scotsmen. The last name comes from a famous Scottish soldier named Wayne.
Wayne's bravery and tactical ingenuity saw him rise through the ranks to brigadier general, and he led several successful battles against British forces, including Monmouth and Stony Point.
Now, as far as the name Bruce goes, this newspaper confirms what the posters on X are saying. Wayne Bruce's given name was inspired by Scottish king and national icon Robert the Bruce. The newspaper then goes on to say that Mr. Kane, in his autobiography, said he always thought it would be appropriate that his billionaire Batman would come from nobility. So that's kind of a tell, don't you think? So what do you guys think? Do you think this picture really does show a guy named Wayne Bruce who was a crime fighter in the 1880s and he became the inspiration for Bruce Wayne, aka Batman? Or do you think we're all sort of victims of some kind of hoax going on here where, you know, somebody created this fake thing in AI and delivered to us nothing more than a big fat fake, okay? Now, the third option, as some of you already know, is we don't really have a solid answer. So in that case, you go with unknown, okay? So here's what I want you to do. Think about it, go off, do research, call your friends, get a lifeline, whatever. Then come back here and tell everybody what your official decision is. Real, fake, or unknown, okay? I'll be back in just a few with the official answer. Hey, while we're waiting for everybody to do their research and make up their minds and yell their answer out to the world, what do you say we take a look at a couple other things that came in recently? First up is this picture sent in by Shadow Dragon and claims to show a very rare catch called the Algerian gorilla fish. Shadow, I think your email just said Photoshop, right? Well, not necessarily. I mean, despite the fact that this thing has nostrils and not gills, tells me this picture isn't legit. But whether it's Photoshop or not, that is a whole other question because, you know, nowadays we have this other thing called AI. Yeah. Well, I did a lot of digging around on this picture, and everything that I found told me that what we're looking at here is an AI creation, and therefore it is, you guessed it, fake. Next up is this picture from Nicholas Saragino. It claims to be the latest and greatest evidence of where the back rooms were originally located. Nicholas, you know, the first thing we got to ask ourselves about the back rooms is, are they actually real? And as far as I know, I don't think anybody has a smoking gun answer on that, except for maybe the person who first started publishing about the back rooms, and this person has not come forward to say anything. That being said, this photo does come from a video by Brugli on his YouTube channel. Brugli spends the entire video trying to break down this picture from an old furniture shop that looks pretty similar to the back rooms. Let's take a listen to what he has to say.
The first thing I noticed is that the two walls in the front are very, very similar in shape and in size to the original picture. Also, the lights in the ceiling are around the same spot. It seems more likely that an image like this, or even if it is this image, could have been the original base picture with some edits done to it to get to back rooms.
Brugli makes a lot of good points about the similarity between these two spaces, but me personally, you know, I'm just not buying it because, you know, I've been to a lot of furniture stores and I've never seen a furniture store looks like it's in the basement of an office building, you know, with no windows or anything like that. Plus the fact that there's nobody in the furniture store also tells me, you know, something's off. But ladies and gentlemen, this is just my opinion. I have no solid smoking gun proof on this one. And because I don't have that, we're going to have to leave this one, you know, that's right, unknown. Okay, now that we got those monumental mysteries out of the way, what do you say we get back to our headliner about this picture of a guy supposedly named Wayne Bruce, who is the man that our modern day Batman is based on? Well, I've got the official answer right here, so what do you say we find out what it says, huh? It'd be kind of cool if it was real, because, you know, if it was real, we'd have another movie like right away. You know, we could do the original Batman Wayne Bruce, right? Going around as a crime fighter in the 1880s. I mean, come on, seriously. That's a no-brainer. You know, he wouldn't have a Batmobile, but he would have a Bat buggy. You know? You could do some cool things with a Bat buggy. Anyway, oh, wow. All right, well, I do have some good news for you, and, well, depending on which way you voted, but the good news is that this picture of Wayne Bruce, that is not AI, ladies and gentlemen. That is not AI. It is, for the first time in a long time, a real picture. So we're on a roll. Let me double check here what the ultimate answer is. Yep. All right, are you ready? Think you got it right? Okay, here we go. The official answer is fake. As it turns out, this is not a picture of a man named Wayne Bruce, nor does it have anything to do with the origins of Batman. In reality, this picture comes from an art and photography website called Foto Morvideni in Italy. In fact, it was from Milano. It was created by Andrea and Carlo Morvileni as part of a series of creations featuring people from the past wearing strange masks. Now, why they're into that, I have no idea, but hey, it's art, right, people? This picture was called Bat Baron and was created in 2012. Okay, so now you might be asking yourself, well, if this guy in this picture is not the origin of Batman, then what is? Well, according to the obituary of Batman's co-creator, Bob Kane, a big part of the idea for Batman comes from three main sources. The first is a movie called The Mark of Zorro. Here, listen to what this movie's about.
The Mark of Zorro tells the story of Don Diego Vega, a wealthy landowner's son who appears unassuming. In reality, Diego is secretly Zorro, a masked vigilante fighting for justice against the tyrannical governor and his men.
The second source was a radio show called The Shadow.
The shadow is the secret identity of Lamont Cranston, a wealthy man by day. By night, he hunts down criminals the police can't touch.
I'm starting to see a pattern here, aren't you? I mean, this is the real stuff. This is where Batman came from. The third influence on Kane was a 1930 movie called The Bat Whispers. In this movie, there's a character called the Bat, who is a notorious criminal. He doesn't fight crime, but he does wear a bat cape and can be seen throughout the movie making poses that remind us of our modern day Batman. So guys, as you can see, Mr. Kane and his partner didn't find, Batman based on the Scottish lore or something like that. What they did is what a lot of artists do, which is they took a little bit from here and they took a little bit from there and they mushed it all together. And by doing that, they came up with one of the most famous superheroes of all time. That's pretty amazing, huh? Hey, before I go today, let's take a look at this week's favorite fake of the week. This week's winner goes to this picture, claiming to show a modern fighter jet providing close air support for Union troops during the Civil War. Now, if that isn't an idea for a time travel movie, I don't know what is. See you next time. Hey, don't go away just yet. There are a whole lot more real or fakes you can look at. Just go ahead and click on one.